For today's recipe, Link will be joined by IQ, Gastro Bob, and Yar, Captain Cook. And backed up as always by Guinea Page and the Animal Crackers.
Hey, Gastro Blasters, we're making mango mousse today. You mean like hair mousse? Same idea, my friend, except the mousse you have is for your hair. We're gonna make mousse that you eat. It's a frothy, creamy concoction, mango mousse. Here's what you'll need. 3 cups of mango. We're using unsweetened mango chunks that we've thawed from frozen. 1/4 cup of cold water. 1 cup of low-fat plain yogurt. 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin. 1/3 of a cup of granulated sugar. 1 cup of whipping cream. We don't need the yogurt or the whipping cream yet, so we'll let them stay cool in the fridge. Let's start with the mangoes. If you're not using fresh or frozen mangoes, you can use 2 cups of unsweetened mango puree. I think Captain Cook has something to say about that. Ahoy, Captain Cook!
Oh, sorry, Link. I can't talk to you right now. Me and me Buccaneer buddy here are letting our smooth moves do our talking for us. This one here is called the mango puree. I learned it on my travels to Southern Asia. That's where the mangoes are fresh.
There's no dancing here. We're gonna blend these mangoes up into a liquid called a puree. I think all the mango chunks have been pureed. But how can I make sure that the food processor didn't miss any chunks? There's gotta be a kitchen tool for that. Secret Agent Man? Secret Agent Man? A sieve? Great idea. Thanks, Secret Agent Man. Straining your mangoes is an optional step, but if you're making mango mousse for guests, this will be a great way to avoid them getting any stringy mango fibers stuck between their teeth. To our sieved mango puree, we'll add our sugar. Wait a second, mousse has a foamy texture. How are we gonna turn this liquidy puree into something more light and airy? What's the scoop, IQ?
It's the chemistry magic that comes from one ingredient, gelatin. Gelatin is made out of protein, particularly a protein called collagen. When water is added to gelatin, imagine those collagen proteins forming into a network, like crisscross strands of spaghetti. The water you add, in this case, the liquidy mango puree, gets trapped in the middle of these crisscross strands, turning what should be a liquid into a semi-solid. In other words, turning that liquid gelatinous.
So, to make our mango puree not quite a solid and not quite a liquid, we're gonna add gelatin. But we can't just add the gelatin directly to the mangoes. It needs to be dissolved first by sprinkling it over water. This process is called blooming.
Like flowers in spring.
Well, that's sort of the same idea. Blooming in water allows each granule of gelatin to become enlarged, sort of like a bud that opens up and flowers. Slowly pour your gelatin over the water. And let it soften for a few minutes. Don't stir, we don't want the gelatin granules to become clumped. Check it out. The water is not quite liquid and it's not quite solid. It's gelatinous. We're gonna heat this over a low heat, but stirring often until the gelatin has been dissolved. Then we'll remove it from the heat. We'll start by combining our mango puree and our gelatin in a large bowl. Now we'll add our yogurt. It's time for our cold whipping cream. we're gonna use this handy-dandy hand mixer to whip it up. Check out these foamy peaks. That's exactly what we wanted. Don't over-whip it, because then it'll turn into butter. See all those foamy bubbles? We don't want to lose any of that airy texture, so we'll incorporate our whipped cream in 2 stages. The first, to lighten the mousse. This will help loosen the mango from the gelatin and the yogurt, allowing us to incorporate the rest of the whipped cream a lot easier. Next, we're gonna fold in the last of our whipped cream using a scraper. Starting from the edge of the bowl, lift our mixture into the center. See? It looks like folding. Keep folding till you can't see any more whipped cream. Lab rat, give me some help, please. We need to chill our mousse. It might look ready to serve, but if we left it at room temperature, it would melt down to a liquid. So remember, keep your mousse chill and serve it chill. We've got 3 fresh unsweetened juices here: pineapple, strawberry, and grape. We'll taste each one to find out which one goes best with our mango mousse. But first, we'll add a little bit of our prepared gelatin to each one.
Gelatin mixture, gelatinize. What do you say, Link?
They're all pretty tasty, but I think the pineapple juice goes best with the mango.
An excellent choice.
Oh wait, the pineapple gelatin is dissolving. How can that be? We put the same amount of gelatin as we put into the other juices. There must be something in the pineapple causing this.
It's all due to chemistry, Link. As we now know, gelatin is made of chains of protein. Those proteins trap pockets of liquid within them, changing something like your liquidy mango puree into a semi-solid. But add pineapple to the mix and you've got trouble. Pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that digests protein. When the pineapple meets the gelatin, like a pair of scissors, the bromelain in the pineapple cuts those protein chains into smaller and smaller pieces. The long protein chains collapse, unable to hold those pockets of liquid anymore, and making everything watery again. That's why gelatin can't set up if you use fresh pineapple.
Thanks, IQ. So, in the battle between pineapple juice and gelatin, the pineapple juice wins. So, if fresh pineapple contains bromelain, what happens when the pineapple's been cooked?
An excellent idea, Link. Cooking to a temperature of 158 degrees Fahrenheit will inactivate the bromelain. So if you want to make pineapple gelatin, cook your pineapple ahead of time and cool completely. Or use canned pineapple for your puree. The canning process involves heat, so that pineapple won't be eating up gelatin's protein chains.
Great, IQ. So here's what we'll need for our layer of pineapple gelatin. 1 cup of unsweetened pineapple juice from a can, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of gelatin powder. We'll pour our pineapple juice into a small saucepan and bloom our gelatin like we did for our mango mousse by sprinkling it into the juice and letting it sit for a couple minutes to soften. Once our gelatin's bloomed, it's time to add our sugar and add a little heat. We want to dissolve our sugar and gelatin over a low temperature.
It's dissolving! It's dissolving!
Now that our pineapple gelatin's cooled, we're gonna add a layer over our mango mousse. Still dancing, Captain Cook?
You better believe it, Link. Me Buccaneer buddy here is doing what he calls the gelatin shuffle.
Looking good. While you and your buck and your buddy trip the light fantastic, I'm gonna finish pouring a layer of gelatin over the rest of our mousse. We're gonna put these back in the fridge and let them cool for at least an hour. Lab rat, speed dial, please.
Let's tidy up, 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 let's tidy up. When you finish and the cooking's done, let's tidy up. Even though you had lots of fun, you still gotta clean up the pots and pans. Gotta put them away, you gotta wash your hands. You gotta do your best to clean up your mess. Let's tidy up, let's tidy up, let's tidy up. Come on, do your best to clean up your mess. Let's tidy up.
Doesn't this mango mousse and pineapple gelatin look fantastic? I made 6 servings of light and airy foaminess, topped with some wiggly jiggly right there. I had a gastro blast making mango mousse and pineapple gelatin with you today. See you next time. Mmm.